Hello everybody, my name is Masterofroflness and welcome to the My Little Pony mod in Hearts of Iron 4. We've done it, boys. We've gone from Star Wars to Code Geass to Warhammer to now My Little Pony in a weird sort of circle-a-roo. Unfortunately, this mod doesn't work on the Steam Workshop, so I had to do a direct download and then have to figure out some stuff in order to actually get it running. But it's very simple actually once you get down to the instructions and all that shit. So, My Little Pony, what is it exactly? It's a cartoon show where there are ponies and they live in magic, and I think that's really about it. I think there's an ongoing plot. I'm not really sure what the canon is on My Little Pony, honestly. It's much in the same way as the SpongeBob canon, which, by the way, I would love a SpongeBob SquarePants Hearts of Iron 4 mod. That would be great. So, right, what does this mod add in? Well, as you can see, it removes, like, the entirety of, like, the North, South America, Asia, Europe, etc., leaving only the fictional landmass that exists in the My Little Pony world. I guess it's like Pangea continent over here. I rule over Equestria, and then we have the Crystal Empire, Olenia. Olenia is like the deer people. Equestria is like where all the ponies kind of just chill out. The Crystal Empire is something else entirely. I have no idea what the fuck the Crystal Empire is actually. And then we have the Changelings, which are these bug pony fusions. They're right next to me. The Kingdom of Yakistan. Guess what lives in Yakistan? Just fucking yaks. Why? And then up north is the polar bear communities. Then there's something called Virginia, which is like a different pony community. There's a pony like Soviet bloc right over there called Stalingrad. And then you have the Griffin Empire, which is northeast, and then you have the Penguin Empire, which is up north. And then in my empire, there's the Buffalo Republic, and then there's what was it called? There's a landmass belonging to the Dragon Tribes, and that's really about it. Out of all the factions, the ones that get unique national focuses are Changeling and Griffin, I believe, as well as myself, and then Stalingrad as well. So that is something to keep in mind about if you're trying to play this mod. There's no like new units in terms of like new models here, but there are like, you know, new additional battalions that you can have onto your divisions. So for example, you can have like unicorn battalions that can boost your attack. So over here, after a little bit of build up with Princess Celestia, some of my kingdom decides to fall apart and go into anarchy. So we got like a couple of like different like kingdoms that are forming up. So we have the what is that called? Eastern Socialist. Fuck, I completely forgot what it's called. But a Soviet Republic just forms in Equestria, and it's really fucking crazy. The Civil War happens, and Equestria doesn't really start off in a good spot, actually. With Princess Celestia, you have less manpower, you have less research bonuses, you have less production bonuses. It's just crazy, honestly. And then finally, when Princess Celestia abdicates, Princess Luna takes over, and then shit gets done. But then, unfortunately, everybody starts to break away. Now there's a fucking confederacy down south, led by the fucking, like, American Confederates coming down trying to kill the buffaloes. I don't know what's happening, honestly, like, during this playthrough. Because, like, most of it was just me building up, right? Just building up as Princess Celestia. Getting the national focuses and all that shit. And this time, all of a sudden, all these states just come out of nowhere. So we have the Mayor Republic, the Union of Sovereign States, the ESFR. In this game over here, I'm probably going to try and conquer the ESFR and the Union of Sovereign States. I couldn't actually conquer the Mayor Republic. It was really weird. It had something to do with the, I don't know, the world tension just suddenly lowered all of a sudden, and I just couldn't, like, justify a claim on them. And I didn't have actually a national focus to take them back. It's kind of weird. So right now, while we're going ahead and trying to reclaim our territories, I can talk a little bit more about, some of the other stuff that I've noticed about this mod. One thing that I've kind of noticed is that the Changeling Empire, if you get them, like, if you don't expect them, they just completely steamroll over you. Holy shit, is the Changeling Empire such a formidable force. You gotta really deal with them right off the gate. I love how, in this mod in particular, they really nerfed the shit out of Equestria, because you don't want an overpowered Equestria, and I mean, it's the biggest fucking country in this entire goddamn landmass. It's the biggest, and it's the most powerful, and it has to be goddamn nerfed. And this is a good way of doing that. I've hardly ever seen like a fucking two-way civil war go down. And then I'm just pushing forward. While that happens, the Changeling Empire declares war. So that's just like, you know, a whole step of funny. Fortunately, I have the Crystal Empire and Stalingrad as my allies, so I'm good. I'm good. Now, before this oldest shit happened, I did claim the Dragon Tribe territory in the middle of my empire, as well as the Buffalo Republic. In fact, the reason why the Union of Sovereign States split off is because I am treating the Buffaloes fairly, which is really fucking memey, but whatever. And, like, that's really about it. There's a couple of, like, generals and leaders that resemble, like, My Little Pony characters. So later on, you can get, like, General Applejack, who is a pretty, like, solid general. Obviously, you got Princess Luna, you have Princess Celestia. Twilight Sparkle, you can have her as, like, a leader for, like, research bonuses and production. So that's great altogether. I start to notice a little bit of, like, some faults here with my tactics when trying to engage the ESFR. But eventually I do somewhat get the upper hand against them. My biggest problem is just basically production. I just don't have any units or any production whatsoever. Changeling Empire, the ESFR, and the Union of Sovereign States really got me at a bad point, and I have almost, like, no manpower to use. It's kind of crazy, actually. What's even more crazy is this mod. Like, I don't even understand how one could, how one necessarily, like, puts guns on My Little Pony. It's kind of weird, actually. Like, how does that work? You know, how do they carry guns into battle? How do they drive tanks? Why do they need guns in the first place? They have magic. There is no reason why this needs to happen, but it does. Eventually, we do conquer the ASFR, and I'm just, like, going after Union of Sovereign States right here. Stalingrad and the Crystal Empire are just doing their damnedest to hold back the Changeling Empire. I'm, like, looking up footage right now of the Changeling Empire. Yeah, they're just, like, locusts or Tyranids with, like, ponies. That's all there are. They're Tyranid ponies. That's really about it. Like, holy shit. There's a lot of different events that go on for this mod as well. There's one event that allows you to kick out Princess Luna earlier and to show her no love, and that starts like the whole Luna revolt. So I would love to, if I did this again, I would love to go through that path, see what happens. Maybe I could get Luna a little bit earlier. Because unlike Celestia, Luna seems to know what the fuck she's doing. Like, this girl is like, damn, my sister does not know how to rule fuck all, so I gotta pick up the pieces. Union of Sovereign States goes down like the bitch they are. Free the Buffaloes, and I conquer the mech. Unfortunately, there's a jungle tribe that forms out in the middle of my empire that is completely, what was it called? Completely independent. Same with the Mare Republic. It's just hard to get rid of them. Hard to, you know, get them out. Especially since I can't, like, justify war against them, since the world tension goes from 42% to 20% randomly. Which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. While this all happens, the Griffin Empire is also trying to attack Yakistan and the Kingdom of the Penguins. So that's fun. That's really fun, seeing, like, Yakistan getting completely annihilated. Which, by the way, Yakistan is a brilliant fucking name. God damn, Yakistan. Oh, fuck. That is what I'm talking about. One thing I love is that they've changed the national unity from, like, whatever they had beforehand, in the, you know, the Hearts of Iron 4 World War II game, to, what was it, a heart. It's really cute. Eventually, we do end up teaming up with Stalingrad and creating, like, a little bit of a union. And that's pretty cool, because I get older units, and they got, like, what, 84 dudes that were just, like, sitting there doing nothing. I was like, alright, I'll take them off your hands. But I honestly think that it's a little bit of a... Fuck, it's a little bit of a mistake. Or not a mistake, but it's rather like, I certainly wish, I really do wish that they added, like, some unique units, because unicorns are great and all, but fuck, I would love to, like, go to battle with buffaloes, or yaks, for example, griffins, dragons. Like, screw the, like, the weapon build up. Just, like, have it be something else, like maybe magic development or something, not like, guns and shit. Like, who needs guns when friendship is fucking magic? By the way, there's one national focus that makes you go like, friendship is not magic, and you have to hit fucking hard and you have to kill your enemies. I just want to see what was it, in My Little Pony, the characters go on a rampage. I know there's some creepypasta and I don't know, some other shit about My Little Pony and how some of the characters are psychotic, but like that doesn't count. That's creepypasta. Creepypasta doesn't count ever. Creepypasta is like, I don't know. I don't really have a high regard for creepypasta. I think it's kind of like lowbrow horror is, in my opinion, what it kind of is. And especially when you see stuff like, oh hey, this character decides to I don't know, eat ass or something. I don't know. I had a point somewhere down the line, but I completely lost it. The war with the Changeling Empire just goes on and on and on, and I'm just getting the bonuses like necessary to fight them back. The bonuses just range from like simple research bonuses to like stuff that removes some of the traits that I have. So some of the traits that I have would be some stuff that lowers my research time, my development, my production, national unity, just a bunch of like modifiers that fuck me up completely. Keep going, boys, keep going. And so eventually I'm just left here, just pushing up against the Changeling Empire slowly but surely, while the Griffin Empire completely dominates the Kingdom of Yakistan, and I believe they'll eventually attack the polar bear communities. Which, by the way, if they're polar bears, they don't need guns, alright? They definitely don't need guns. They can just use their bodies. Like, I mean, it's super easy, you know? It's a polar bear. What are you gonna do? Actually, maybe they could use guns. Like, I've always thought that eventually when we have, like, dogs working side by side with us in the military, like, we could put guns on top of their backs, and then they can like use a little lever to activate them, and then the gun can just like fire, goes like da 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 da, and kill all the bad guys, and then the doggo can go, wow, I did something good, and then we can give the doggo scratchies, and when the doggo gets scratchies, then they're like, wow, scratchy scratchy scratchy. But anyway, so that's really about it, actually. Besides that, I push up against the Changeling lands, and I'm able to completely annihilate them. You missed some of the build-up beforehand, where they attacked Olenia, which is, you know, the deer kingdom, as they did have a national goal that allowed them to attack Olenia. But besides that, that's really it in terms of what you guys missed. I did cut out like portions of me building up in Equestria, and then me sort of waiting, because there is a lot of waiting to be done, which is the unfortunate thing, especially since because of your starting status, you cannot get any viable population whatsoever. So that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, let me know, and let me know if you want to see other mods and stuff. I am fairly open to the mods that I cover for Hearts of Iron 4. See you guys next time, and bye bye.